Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to doing a second demo. Hopefully, this network works a little better. It looks like it is, and I'm actually watching myself talking. We've got Kebby Bomberry here. Kebby, thank you so much for doing what you do. Without you, we would not be doing this. So, obviously, Kebby, a huge year for you guys. Making basically a statement. Last year, you guys weren't able to kind of clinch the championship. You guys made it to the finals, but it didn't quite work out. This year, you're back here again, and you're the #1 seed again. But you had a very busy off season.
Very busy. I mean, we had came real close last year. Tusky had a tough team. They got us this year. We wanted to set a statement, like you said, and we're playing Tonawanda, which technically was the first seed last year. So they're doing really well the last few years. You know, they're building their program, which is good to see. You know what I mean? It makes for good lacrosse, and that's what we're building to do.
Absolutely. That being said, I mean, you guys kind of went out on a limb this year and started a junior team to kind of give some of these kids another opportunity to play. Tonawanda's junior program, I was just told, isn't that old either. So, I mean, that's got to be a pretty good feeling. I mean, to start to see this work pay off where now you didn't have the best numbers, but you had enough to field a team and made it all the way through the season.
Right. The first year is always the hardest, right? I mean, you get a team. The players really didn't show up like we expected, but we gave her everything we had this year, and hopefully moving forward, it'll get better. But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good for the community. Gives the kids somewhere to play. You know, everybody wants to play junior B ball. Ontario's got junior B all over Ontario, so like instead of our kids traveling up there, the league's right here, right? Bring it here, then hopefully build something to these kids can build a future for themselves in this sport, right? So and right back in their hometown. So that's kind of the goal, and they'll be the feeder system for our senior team, right? So all these senior teams, not all, but some have junior teams, and that's what it's built to do is feed their senior team. So hopefully that's the goal for the future.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the coolest things here is you're here, you see the Zach Miller banner, you've got the Daryl John banner. There is so much storied lacrosse, and having uh, an athlete like Amos Whitcomb playing at UAlbany, high regard local kid, how cool is it for you to get to see him play with his brothers? Like, I just met Rudy George's mom. She told me she's her grandmother. Like, I'm buying soup off of them before the stream. How cool is it for you to see this whole community come together like this?
Well, it's very cool actually. You know, you see a lot of these kids like how they are now. You know, they're ball boys. They love the sport, right? So, and a lot of it comes back from playing from the backyard. Those three boys, Kobe, Keon, and Amos. Their dad Chad would suit up for them, right? Put on goalie pads, and they would just go to town on each other, you know. So it starts in the backyard, and it's cool that they grew up and they're on the team, and a lot of young guys look up to them, and that's the whole purpose of these senior teams to help these young guys and these guys to come home and play, and you know what I mean. Start that, and you never know. I mean, a lot of these kids are talented, and they're starting younger. They're loving the game, and the big thing is loving the game, right? So once you love it, you'll do anything you can to get better at it, right? So that's what the three Whitcombs did. Like Amos has obviously got the size over his brothers. Sorry, Kobe, but 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 they're just as talented. They're all three of them. They learn from each other, right? So and once you learn from your older brothers and learn from each other, and like uh,
Well, it's
it
like
makes
that expression, iron sharpens iron, though, and being the youngest of that talent, you really have to do something special to be able to score. I mean, you're playing against, you watch these guys out here, and I say it all the time. Most of the time you get next to these players, and from my perspective, most of these guys will look a lot bigger. When you get next to Kobe, he's the same size he looks like he is out there, but he is so strong for his size, and I could not imagine, trying to play in that house, competing with all those guys. And so, like Rudy George, I didn't even know he's related to him. Getting to watch these guys, really, you have a ton of those transition athletes. You got a couple extra goal scorers that you guys brought in this year. But, I mean, what is it you think that really attributes to having so many of those transition, like the two-way style players that I know Allegheny for? You see Ben and Zach Miller, like they both are hard-nosed both ways.
Yeah. So Rudy in his career, when he started playing seniors, was an offensive player, right? So playing offense, then transitioning to defense kind of helps when you push the ball up. You know what to do, right? So I think that's just Frankie Brown, another guy, grew up playing offense and transitioned to defense. So they know where to shoot on goalies. So they have the offensive mind once they get down to that end. So it makes it a lot easier for them, and it helps the team out a lot when they can do stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Really appreciate all you've done for us.
yes, sir.